respected dear family members, I was watching for the last 5 days the messages given and the activities undertaken, the missions fulfilled through the visit of our Prime Minister in Myanmar, Australia, and from yesterday onwards in Fiji. I found that a person who had his birth in a tea seller's family, who earlier did not have much education to claim with, and who was nurtured by the poorest mother, who is still living in the ordinary house without much security, and who did not get a birth in a royal family, our Prime Minister, with the courage to develop himself, to march forward by himself, he could elevate himself to the level of a highly experienced ruler, even though he has been in the chair for the last 180 days only. He visited many countries and he delivered speeches for the Indian community, delivered speeches for the business people of Indian origin and that country origin. He discussed, visited and had food and dinner together with the rulers of those countries. Everywhere, wherever he was fortunate enough to go, he created an electrifying effect. Electrifying effect is the word used by Headlines Today channel. TV channel people used the word electrifying effect. In spite of the fact that he did not have those type of experience. He was not even an MP earlier, not even a state minister earlier, even though he was the chief minister in his own state. And he did not have much experience and exposure to rule a country and represent a country outside the country. But his words, his deeds, his actions, his visions, his activities and movement, body language, everything can be defined as an ideal model for the youth developing in India. 80% or 800 million youth in India, if they would like to have an ideal model as a human being, they can get that quality from our Prime Minister. Politically or religiously they may not be agreeing with our Prime Minister. That may be their own freedom. But one should say, one can say that good is always good, bad is always bad. Whether it is religious based, caste based or national based or patriotism based, individual based. Activities and words used for creating a negative impression is always negative. Activities and the words used for creating a positive impression is always positive. That can create change in the mind, change in the attitude, change in the vision, change in the action, change in the result of each and every individual. Those who are fortunate enough to listen and watch what our Prime Minister was doing, is doing and has been doing. And remember that this can become an ideal model for anybody. In India, what is lacking now is an ideal model figure. We do not have Mahatma Gandhi with us. We do not have Rabindranath Tagore with us. We do not have Bhagat Singh with us. We do not have Bharati with us. We do not have the great people who fought for the Indian freedom. They are not with us now. Whomsoever are available now in front of us, They have got their own limitations, problems, drawbacks, and a black side in their friend itself. A black side in their friend itself. Remember that such a black side is not there, black spot is not there in a person who is ruling us, our country, and he could create such a fantastic impression in the mind of Indians abroad and also in the people who are living abroad. They could feel that they are at home with our Prime Minister. Each words uttered in Hindi or in English, it could penetrate in the mind of the foreign people and also the Indian people, and could generate such a fantastic effect in the mind and the body and the vision and the viewpoint of those people. They sacrificed their time, energy and part of the money for meeting him even at a distance of 1 kilometer. They did their best to our Prime Minister, who was and who is projecting our motherland, our culture, our tradition, our values and our country in toto. That impression created by our Prime Minister, his words, his visions, his movement and his body language and the way of presentation, including presenting about the cricket or about the football, or going to Martin Luther King's cremation ground, or meeting the oldest cricket ground. Everything can become an ideal model for any youth, any individual living in India, even though he may not be agreeing politically or otherwise with this individual. So my request to you, try to take all the good as an ideal model for your development and also for the development of the children. Wherever you are seeing good thing for self-respect and self-confidence building, take it and elevate. Build a powerful, strong family relation using our cultural values and background, and enrich and develop and expand our cultural values, so that those cultural values will be spreading from India to abroad. And be a patriot and do everything for our nation. Do everything for our nation. Whether you are a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim or a leftist or a rightist or a Middle East or an atheist or a believer or a non-believer, do your level best. In the field where you are working, sacrifice your time, energy and money for your country, for your society, for your company, for your family, for the poor people, the orphans, and in total for the development of India. You are nurtured by India, so you have to give back something. Whether let Jayalalitha rule the country, let Ummanchandi rule the country, let Modi rule the country, let Chandrababu Naidu rule the country. In spite of the rulers will come and they will go. Country and society will remain for a longer period. Our contribution back to our nation. There you can take the sacrifice or the missions taken by all these people. Let these people be our ideal model who are sacrificing for our country, and their good actions and missions and visions be our pathway for activity. And individuals you need not follow. Their qualities and their qualifications and their visions and their missions, if they are good for the nation without selfishness, those things should be taken and build the courage to say, I am a proud Indian and I am the honor of the Indian culture and I am the inheritor of the great knowledge given by our forefathers to us. We will be respected just Sri Modiji got respected throughout the world wherever he happened to visit. So let us become an ideal ambassador for India and Indian culture. Let us spread the message of this great nation through wholehearted activities, and let us represent our country and our culture. Learn as much as possible from today onwards. I found we have got an individual whose vision and mission can become an ideal model for the youth of India. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.